Hello students, in this presentation we are going to study common collector configuration of BJT in detail from chapter 3 bipolar junction transistor, subject basic electronics. Now here is a little brush up for common collector configuration. So in common collector configuration, the collector terminal is common to input terminal as well as output terminal. So here you can see common collector configuration mentioned as CC. Input terminal is base terminal, output is emitter terminal, and collector is common to both base and emitter, as you can see here. So this is common collector configuration, as the terminology is derived from the fact that the collector is common to both input and output sides of the configuration. So here we can see NPN transistor is taken in image 1. This is NPN transistor, as arrow is moving outside the transistor you can see, and there RC, that resistance is the collector resistance connected, and then the power supply and signal. So this is NPN transistor, and if you connect PNP transistor, that is also shown in figure 2. So for common collector configuration. Now we will study the common collector configuration in details using NPN transistor. So here you can see base is emitter, base is input, and IB is the current which is shown here is flowing through the base, and VBB is the base voltage. Since the voltage here, power supply which is connected, voltage source is named here as VBB, and RS is the input source resistance. So here for the base it is input resistance is RS, and for collector you can see emitter you can see load RL is the load resistors, and I is the output current, that is emitter current, and VCC is the voltage source connected here in the output loop. The output voltages which will be developed will be VCE, and output current will be IE, and input voltage which will be developed will be VBE, VCB, and input current will be IB. Now as you know that the characteristic of transistor is classified into two, one as input characteristic and one as output characteristic. So this is input characteristic, and here you can see on x axis there will be the input voltage, that is VCB, and y axis there is input current IB. So IB is the base current, basically it is very small, so it is always measured in microamperes. So here you can see the input characteristic of common collector configuration, and keeping output voltage. Now output voltage is VCE, keeping output voltage constant. Now you can see here, if output voltage VCE, if you keep 2 volt constant, and if you go on measuring the changing the input voltage VCB, and the current will go on increasing, as you can see here, and again if you give VCE is equal to 4 volt, then the base current how it is increasing, that is also shown here. So that is most important input characteristic of common collector configuration using BJT. Now the input characteristic of common collector configuration is obtained between input current and input voltage at the constant output voltage. So that is VEC or VCE, it's one and the same. Then the input characteristic of a common collector configuration are quite different from the common base and common emitter configuration, because the input voltage VBC is largely determined by VEC level, and VEC is equal to VEB plus VBC, that you will be able to understand later on. Now we will check out the common collector output characteristic. Now this is the output characteristic of common collector. It looks same as your common emitter configuration. Now here on x axis is the output voltage VCE, y axis is the output current IE, emitter current, that is always in milliamperes, and the keeping at the same time we are going to keep the base current constant, input current. Base current is input current. So if input current is, if you keep 0, still there will be some emitter current. You can see here ICEO it is given and it is 0 here. So there will be little collector current. But if you increase base current, input current, if you increase to 20, it should be microamps. So here it is written 100 milli, but it is micro. 20 microamps, then the emitter current also increases. So you can check out, as the base current is increasing, emitter current is going on increasing. So the operation here, the output, the operation of the common collector circuit is same as that of common emitter circuit. That is what I said. It looks same as that of common emitter characteristic. The output characteristic of a common collector circuit are obtained between the output voltage and the output current at constant input current IB. In the operation of common collector circuit, if the base current is 0, then the emitter current also becomes 0. As a result, no current flows through the transistor. If the base current increases, then the transistor operates in active region and finally reaches to saturation region. Now, the different terms related with common collector configuration. Now, here very important, for every configuration, whether it is common emitter, common base, common collector, there is a common term called as amplification factor, current amplification factor. So here the current, if you are using it as a common collector, then the current amplification factor is shown as gamma. So current amplification factor is a ratio of output current upon input current. Now here output current is emitter current IE and input current is IB. So therefore you can see the equation here, gamma is equal to del IE. Del means change in current, change in emitter current upon a small change in base current. So that is your current amplification factor and the formula. And as you know, emitter current is always approximately equal to collector current. They are basically very close to each other. Therefore, we can approximate IE is approximately equal to IC. Now we will understand the relation between the gamma and alpha. So gamma is the current amplification factor in common collector configuration, and here alpha is current amplification factor in common base configuration. So here you can understand, you should know the formulas for gamma and alpha, and it is written on my right hand side. You can see gamma is equal to IE upon IB and alpha is equal to del IC upon del IE. So very first thing, you will start with IE is equal to IB plus IC. Everybody knows emitter current is always equal to base current plus collector current. Now if you put a del to the right hand side, then you have to put del to the left hand side. So del IE is equal to del IB plus del IC. And you are going to take IB on one side, so you get del IE minus IC. This is equation 2. Now what you are going to do is the gamma. You are going to write the equation of gamma. Gamma is equal to IE upon IB. So after writing this, you are going to substitute IB value which you have taken out in equation 2 in the equation number 3. So IE del IE upon del IB is gamma. So instead of IB del IB, you are going to substitute del IE minus del IC, and then you are going to divide numerator and denominator both by del IE. And when you do this, you can see you get 1 upon 1 minus alpha. So gamma is equal to 1 upon 1 minus alpha. So this is the relation between alpha and gamma. So this was all about the configuration and configuration of the transistor in common collector and relation between the alpha and gamma, and we have completed the input and output characteristic of transistor. Now I will go further. Now we will study transistor as an amplifier in common emitter configuration. This is an application of the transistor when it will be in common emitter configuration. Now very first thing, what you have to understand, what do you mean by amplification? Now here amplification means what, I will tell you. Now here we have connected the transistor in the circuit as you see, and in this circuit there is a power supply which we have connected, that is DC power supply, and that is VCC. So DC current and voltages will be there in the transistor. But till now we have not applied any AC signal in the transistor. The AC signal we have studied in chapter 1. It is having positive half cycle, negative half cycle. Again it repeats positive half cycle, negative half cycle. So when you apply small AC with low voltage, for example say 1 volt AC to the transistor, here as shown in the arrow. So here that AC signal is shown here. So if you apply this AC, this is an AC signal. When we apply this AC signal to the transistor via this way, then the output of the transistor is shown here. So this is the output of the transistor, and what you can see, the output is also an AC signal, but it will be in the amplified form. Remember, the shape is not changing. In the amplified form means, for example, the peak voltage of your input signal is 1 volt, then at output you can get 5 volts. That means 1 volt से 5 volt हो गया. So that has been increased, amplitude is increased, positive amplitude is increased as well as negative amplitude is increased. That is called as amplification. No shape change, no frequency change, no time period change. So only the amplitude will increase. That is called as transistor as an amplifier. So this is what you have to understand properly. So first we will understand what do you mean by faithful amplification. So there will be always a term called as faithful amplification. So if you are using transistor as an amplifier, you must have heard about the amplifiers. So there are many amplifiers. So this amplifier, what it does, it should be always have a faithful amplification. For example, now here I have shown one input. V input is applied to the amplifier. It's an AC signal. This is input with some peak value V in. The different types of outputs are possible at the output of the amplifier. You can see here. The first output, just check out. Here, negative half cycle is perfect in shape, but positive half cycle is cut. Then it is not at all faithful amplification, because there is a distortion. If there is any problem in the shape of and the amplitude, then it is called as distortion, which is not allowed in the amplifier. The work of the amplifier is whatever signal shape you give, same signal shape will be at the output, but only amplitude should increase. The second figure also you can see the negative half cycle is cut. So this is negative half cycle distortion. So there is also distortion in this signal. So this is not faithful amplification. Third also you can see negative half cycle is also distorted and positive half cycle is also distorted. So both way shape is changed of the half cycles. But last one you can see, this one, it is having a perfect shape. You can see shape is perfect. So that is called as faithful amplification. That is the work of the amplifier. So amplifier, what it will do, it will preserve the shape and increase the amplitude. It will not change the frequency, it will not change the time period. So that is the faithful amplification. So this is the circuit diagram of a transistor as an amplifier. You can have one more circuit diagram as voltage divider bias. I have used fixed bias here. So this is also done. So you can check out here. Now what happens? When you apply input signal, AC signal to the base of an transistor, and here VBB is connected with the base in order to make base forward bias. So base is always forward bias and collector is always reverse bias. Remember, for active amplification, so transistor has to be always in the active mode. To use a transistor as an amplifier, transistor has to be in the active mode. So here base input is forward bias and output, that is collector, is reverse bias, and output is taken across RC. Now what happens during positive half cycle of input AC will keep the emitter base junction forward bias. So जितना ज़्यादा forward bias होगा, so the more carrier will be emitted by the emitter, and this huge current will flow through the load and will get the output signal amplified. सो जितना ज़्यादा पॉजिटिव होता रहेगा, जितना बेस करंट इंक्रीज होगा, वैसे ही कलेक्टर करंट भी वहाँ पर इंक्रीज होता रहेगा एट द आउटपुट. But in the negative half cycle, what is current is decreasing. Input current AC signal, you know, it will go on decreasing to the negative peak value. So it is going on decreasing and then again it will go on increasing. So add is become more negative. So there will be the decrease in the collector current as well at the output. And the result is the output voltage will be decreased but in the opposite direction. That is the phase shift will take place. So this is very important. So here you can see the input signal. So this is an input signal. This is an input signal. You can see it is starting from 0 and the output is exactly of same shape but in the opposite direction and the amplitude is increased. So that is amplification of transistor.